Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now before we dive into this Scream 5 update, please smash that thumbs up button on this video right now, as it really helps out the channel and helps other Scream fans find this update. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what in the world is holding you back? This is the time to do it. So click that subscribe button and the bell icon to ensure you'll be notified the moment I post all future Scream 5 and other horror movie content. Okay everyone, for day 5 of the 12 Screams for the Holidays marketing campaign, the studio released a new featurette for Scream 5, where we continue to be given new footage from the movie. And there is one scene in particular that really has my mind in overdrive. Let's go! So as I mentioned, the 12 Screams for the Holidays campaign continues, and we are now at day 5. This first big announcement was that Scream 5 tickets are now on sale everywhere, so make sure you get your tickets now. Let's show the studio how much we appreciate them bringing us a new Scream film by pre-ordering our tickets in advance. Let's get this box office ticket performance off to a blazing start, so they can start laying down the foundation for a Scream 6 and hopefully give us an announcement for the 6th film in a month or two at least. Now, I want to mention that I have seen that for the very first time, the showing that's going to show up first on your listings on that Thursday, the 13th of January at 7 p.m. Central Time, and it's going to be the same time across the country. So whatever Central Time is, 7 p.m., equate that to your time zone. But they're going to have a special fan event where after the movie, there will be bonus content and a live stream Q&A with David Arquette. The directors of the franchise, Radio Silence, will be there as well, and Kevin Williamson. And it will be going on in the theater right there on the big screen. So get your tickets, everyone, for that event if you're able to attend that live stream event on the very first showing on the 13th of January. Now, in addition to this exciting news, we also received a new featurette featured around the new cast. And in it, we see some great new footage of the OG3 in interviews, and also get to hear from some of the new cast members as well. Now, I want to share a few images with you that I found particularly interesting from the featurette. Now, the first scene I want to discuss is this image of Sam and Richie. We see Richie is driving her back to Woodsboro, most likely because of Tara being attacked. And she gets the word about her sister, and she, along with her boyfriend Richie, make their way back to Woodsboro in this scene, because the next frame we see right after this shot of her looking out the window is of them passing the city limit sign here. So if Tara is one of the very first 3 attacks, which it really does look that way, we've kind of been predicting that since the first trailer, then this scene will likely happen pretty early in the movie. And if they are setting up Sam to be the next final girl, it only makes sense to get her into Woodsboro as soon as possible so they can start working on the storyline and creating that character development. Okay, the next scene I want us to look at is this image of Richie and Sam in the basement of Stu's house. Now this could be from either the final act of the movie or from an earlier time where they meet up at Stu's house, which is now rumored, remember, to be occupied by Liv McKenzie. However, I do think that this is from the finale, because notice the expression on both Sam's and Richie's faces. They look to be in fear or in a very high anxiety moment. And when you look at Sam's side profile here, it almost looks like she may even be crying. So, you can see her very freaked out, very stressed out in this moment. And I can imagine, Richie grabbing her and saying, hey, we've got to get out of here. And as Sam, begins to panic based on this out of control behavior that Richie's showing. And, something like that could easily be what we see happening here. But one thing is certain, they're definitely not all smiles and hugs. This is not a very good moment for them in the movie. Now, another thing I want to point out about this scene is look at Richie's left arm. Notice the large gauze and bandage wrapped around his forearm area. So, when we saw the hospital footage, remember, of Richie fighting Ghostface in the first trailer, Richie held up his left arm in defense because that's what the side that Ghostface was coming at to attack him. Well, that is most likely when this cut happens, and we are seeing the bandage and dressing here as an after effect from that hospital attack with Mindy and Dewey and Sam and everybody that was there. Now, I also want to point out a consistent occurrence throughout the Scream franchise, which is also included in this film, and that is, if you haven't already guessed it, yes, it is the cuts on the left arm. Now, let's think back. We saw Tatum getting cut on her left forearm in Stu's garage before she met her fate. And we saw Derek getting stabbed on the left forearm in Scream 2. We saw the aftermath of it. We didn't actually see it happen, but we saw him there sitting on the ground, or on the floor rather, holding his arm. And then don't forget, in Scream 4, we saw Jill get stabbed on the left forearm again as he was attacking, Ghostface was attacking, coming after Sidney up in Olivia's room, remember? And Jill comes up there and he gets her. So it looks like Radio Silence has kept the Scream tradition alive, with Richie getting the infamous slice to the left forearm. It continues. Okay, now the next several images I want to highlight in the new featurette are of Amber. First up is this great shot showing Amber walking down the basement stairs. Then she approaches the refrigerator, and with her cell phone flashlight in hand, she opens the fridge door. Then we see her start to close the door, and we see out of nowhere Mindy with this very creepy look on her face. And when you watch the actual scene, not just the still shot, Mindy literally jumps when she closes the door and sees her there. She was completely unexpected. So Mindy was either already down there or she walked down in stealth mode on those stairs. But in that scene, Mindy tells Amber that she should not trust anyone. She should trust no one, are his exact words. And I wonder if that includes Amber not trusting Mindy as well. Very sus. That's all I gotta say. Very sus. I have one more image of Amber to share in this video. This is Amber after she runs out of Stu's house, holding her left side because of an apparent stab wound. Now, the previous trailers or featurettes that showed this scene always stopped before she actually reaches the top of the step railing. So here we get like an additional 2 seconds or so. It's not much, but a little bit. But I still wanted to include it here because we actually get to see her go a little further in that scene in this featurette, unlike all of the others. And finally, guys, I had to include this image of Ghostface as he attacks Sam in the hospital break room. I just love how this shot looks. He or she had just missed stabbing Sam and instead hit the wall with this on this bulletin board that's hanging up here. She's in, bam, right through it. So it's a killer shot if you ask me. I just liked it. And I said, I am going to grab this shot and share it with you because it was almost a killer shot. And I suspect Sam is very thankful that it was almost a killer shot, for sure, in this scene. All right, guys, that's everything I wanted to cover in this video. But as it is with every video I post, I want to begin a discussion with you in the comments below right now. What do you think about the new featurette and these images? I want to hear your opinions, thoughts, ideas, and your theories. So start leaving your comments below right now so we can discuss it together. Well, that's it for this update, but I will be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.